Have you ever stopped to consider who in your life is truly propelling you forward? Who is challenging you to reach those new heights? Who's inspiring you to be the best version of yourself? Welcome back to Privately Outspoken. This is your host, Cheryl Drinkall. My life is a podcast. And today I just want to explore that power, the power of surrounding ourselves with those individuals who not only support us, but they elevate us. A circle of influence that pushes us to grow, pushes us to learn, helps us thrive in our environment. Let's embark on this enlightening journey together, shall we? So when I was thinking about this podcast episode, I listed 5 sort of areas to cover, and it started with evaluating our relationships. We need to discuss the importance of surrounding ourselves with individuals who push us, the ones who are pushing us to be our very best selves. They're challenging our perspectives and they're encouraging our personal growth, not trying to keep us where we're at. In motherhood and our own personal development in that area, that involves creating a nurturing environment for growth, both for your children and for yourself. And surrounding yourself with supportive individuals can positively impact that journey. People you can talk to, people you can be honest with, people who you don't have to pretend like everything's okay and that motherhood is just completely positive. It's hard at times. Another area is in our employment, right? Leadership in our employment. Hiring for growth. If you're a manager, if you've ever been in business, any type of those roles, there is a significant benefit for hiring employees who don't only just meet those job requirements, but they have that potential to elevate the whole team and they contribute to that culture of continuous improvement. That's why you will have a lot of politics if you bring in a new person because they come in all peppy and hot to succeed and they're all in, right? They're brand new. That you put them in a mix with all these people who are just coasting. They don't want to move, which is literally why you should hire them because they do make everybody up their game. So even if your business is successful as is, it can always get better and you want it to continuously get better. You don't want to have just employees who are happy with it just as is. You need to move up and up and up. And these employees, they always foster that growth mindset, right? The team is more innovative. They have better productivity and the overall success of the business is just always better when you take that into consideration when you're hiring for your company. That's why a lot of companies, when they take over, they just wipe out all the staff and they hire new ones because instead of having some of those politics, they just hire everyone and then they train them how they want to be because it's a brand new culture and brand new environment. And that's helpful sometimes too. And in some cases, very smart move. Taking inventory of all sorts of relationships is just so very important. I would just encourage listeners to evaluate the people in your life. Assess whether those relationships align with your personal and professional growth goals, right? Learn from others. I always explain to my children, you don't want to just be the best of everything. You actually want to surround yourself with people who you aspire to be because when you're in their presence, you will learn from them. It's so very valuable to be around people who are in the position that you want to be at instead of being with a bunch of people who are never going anywhere. You always hear that you are a product of your top 5 friends. It's true. So your social group should be that. Your social group should be people that are amazing, that do have aspirations, that do have goals, that are working toward their goals, that aren't just talkers, but they're doers. That will make you be a doer, right? The people we surround ourselves with teach us valuable lessons. They teach us valuable lessons of their experience, but they also teach us about ourselves. They teach us about the world around us. They teach us about human nature. They teach us about anything to do with our journey of self-discovery and anything to do with our advancement in this life. So for an action item today, I would just encourage every single one of you to just conduct a very thorough inventory of all the relationships that you have in your life. Consider very strongly to distance yourself from individuals who hinder your progress, who aren't there to watch you win, who want to keep you at the level that you're at. Remember, the company we keep does, in fact, shape who we become. How we curate our own circle to create a supportive environment for our own growth and success should be a top priority in your life. I would love to hear examples from any of the listeners of experiences with surrounding themselves with people that elevated them and how that did impact your life. I know I've had to definitely distance myself from people who I knew that I looked at their future and I just was like, I know that in 5 years, they're going to be exactly where they are right now. And it's been like 4 years and they are exactly where they were. There is nothing different at all. And I know that I didn't want that for my life. So I had to distance myself. There was no aspiration. There was no goal. There was no movement. There was no personal growth. There was just a lot of negative things and a lot of negative influence, and I didn't like it. And I definitely recognized it very, very early on. And yeah, I cut ties. So it was very, very easy for me to do that. My disconnect game is pretty awesome right now. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for listening to this episode this week. I hope everyone gets a chance to just evaluate where you want to be and put your self-worth right on top of the mix when you are considering those things. Take care of yourself. Let's all become our very best selves in every single way. Don't forget to click subscribe or follow depending on where you're listening to this episode today. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, I'm on YouTube, Privately Outspoken, and I'm on all the social media platforms. So go check it out. My website's www.privatlyooutspoken.com. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful summer. Take care, everyone. See you next week. Love you. Bye.